Hi, I'm Maggie Linton, and joining me today is a multi-award winning educator, author, talk show host, and a very close friend. It is S.L. Sly Young. I also know him as Stacy. I love him much.
Yeah, so I was blessed for you to be the first radio host when you were on Sirius XM to
Right?
allow me to come in studio and have a conversation. And that was my first big break, which I'll forever be grateful for. So thank you again for that. And when I had, well, actually, after I'd been on your show for a few times, I actually felt really comfortable. We had a really good bond, a really good connection from the beginning.
Great
And
rapport.
you had no idea what was going on outside of the studio when I came in because I always presented myself as everything was well. And basically, I had some issues with depression and I almost ended my life. And I had an opportunity to share that story because you called me one day and I said, you know what? Here's the opportunity to do it. It was shortly after Robin Williams died. And people were questioning why would someone like that end their life? And I soft disclosed on Facebook at first to say, hey, this is sort of what I've been going through. And you gave me a wonderful platform to begin my work in this area.
Right, and people heard you from all over the country because, it's, in a sense, it's nationally syndicated, but it wasn't syndicated. That's what my job was. But the one thing you touched on that was so important is, and I still say this to you, is you had a choice and you chose not to. And when I think about all the great things that have happened to you since you chose not to, we're here to talk about hope and looking beyond that one really low moment that made such a difference. And at that time, you also were as a regular contributor to the Huffington Post. And that's what brought you and our next guest, Mary Hanson, into being.
And actually, it really was you allowing me to tell that story on your platform that gave me the courage to open up more. And shortly thereafter, I was given an invitation to become a contributor to the Huff Post. And then I just started documenting my journey. And little did I know how much I would actually share and document, nor did I realize the connections that I would have. And sharing my story so openly and honestly and boldly, it allowed me to heal. I didn't realize that I was going through therapy. I was doing the work to address all the things that were going on inside that I previously wouldn't let out. But writing gave me a safety net. It was a distance between me and everyone else, and it allowed me to tell my story the way that I wanted to tell it. And after the first year, to sort of commemorate what had happened, I said, let me document what's happened over the past year because I almost ended my life last year. But if I had done that, I would have missed all these wonderful things. And so I wrote an article, and I should know it by heart in terms of the title, but it was a letter to myself the day before my near suicide, written a year later. And basically, I said, you're not going to believe this, but tomorrow, you're going to want to end your life. And if you do, you're going to miss all these wonderful things. And when I posted it, I just put it out there and said, hey, I hope that this is going to help somebody. Never did I imagine that a mother would contact me to say that my article made a difference when she told me that she lost her son to suicide on February 12th of 2012, and that my article helped her to understand a little bit more. And that was a validation point. That was the moment that I said, I've got to tell more of my story because it's not only helping me, it's helping others in ways I never imagined.
I agree with you. We have to at least bring Mary in because she's been sitting there very quietly. Mary Hanson, when you read that letter, how did it touch you?
When I read Sly's article, I immediately connected with him. And it's really hard to put into words, but I felt like I felt like he gave an insight like no one else can, who's been in the depths of that kind of dark depression. And him being able to verbalize it, it made me connect to it instantly and say, oh my gosh, that must have been what my son was going through that awful night. And I had been doing some spiritual work, and the fact that Sly was able to come out of this in the most positive and wonderful way possible really touched my soul.
Mary, a lot of people that are listening right now don't know what happened with your son. Did you have any type of clue or something that alerted you to maybe this was happening? Or were you totally surprised?
I really was surprised. He lived about an hour and a half away from us. And when he didn't communicate often, I knew that maybe he wasn't feeling well. It had been a couple of weeks and since we had talked to him. And so I said, well, I'm going to call him. I can't stand it anymore. And so we talked. He was very, very not uncommunicative. It was really hard to hold a conversation with him that night. And I remember I kept saying, do you feel all right? And he goes, I just feel kind of funny. I just don't feel right. And I ended the conversation. There wasn't much of it. And I said, well, I love you. And so we hung up. And a few hours later, he decided to use his roommate's gun and kill himself. And the next morning at 5 o'clock, police officers came to our door and delivered the news. And that's when I knew I had a soul, because it was ripped out of my chest. Things went black. And, you know, I knew he was different and he struggled a little bit, but I really, really didn't think that he would do that. I really didn't.
Understand. Sly, what brought you back from the brink?
Well, it was really my brother, because I had checked out. I made my last planned phone call, and my brother recognized that there was an emergency going on when I called, and I just wanted to get verification that my mom would be taken care of, or our mom would be taken care of. And I was going to get off the phone, and he recognized that I was starting to break down. I got off the phone quickly because I didn't want him to know that I was emotional. And he called back for an hour on every device he could to try to reach me. And I reluctantly called him back. And had I not called him back, I would not be here. And so I called him back, and then we started to talk. And he just reminded me of all the things that I was doing, and that I was talking about positive things and writing about positive things. And he basically said, why don't you use your own advice to save yourself? And there was something in that brought me back. And then after reading the email from Mary and her letting me know the impact that it had, that was a ray of hope, a ray of sunshine that I had work to do. I had something to live for. And I remember when I replied to her email, she said to me, or wrote to me, that I can't believe that you're writing back. I didn't never expect to hear back from you. And I was like, why wouldn't I? Because the whole purpose of me writing this was to share the pains that I went through, because I knew I'm a pretty tough guy and I've been through a lot of stuff. And I knew, and whether someone takes their life or is going through depression has nothing to do with toughness. I'm just talking about my personal situation. And I knew that if I could get to that point based on trying to be a good person and doing the right thing led to me losing everything, I knew that others could be in the same position. And I wanted to share that to give them a voice of hope, something that they could look forward and say, you know what, if he could do it, maybe, just maybe, I can do it too.
Mary, what rang true in the article for you that helped you realize that there was hope for you?
Well, I think what Sly has documented in his journey is just reaffirmation that there is hope, and for me personally, who also struggles with depression, it just, if you have hope and you can ride out that dark awful storm, that good things will come. And it doesn't take a lot to make those good things come, because once they start, they roll on in, and it's a gift. And it also made me realize, if you look, just look around, there are miracles around you every day. Mm-hmm. Every day, multiple miracles. I think that was one of the biggest takeaways, that you can heal and good things will come if you just put one foot forward.
Yeah. And Maggie, if I could just add two things really quickly that Mary just reminded me of, is one, my brother Johnny said, Stacy, get through this moment. This is only a moment. So that was critical. But the other thing was, one of my really good friends said to me, because I told him I was supposed to be at the jail that day, and he said, go to the jail anyway. And I'm like, I can't go to the jail. I'm in no condition to do that. He said, go. And he pushed me to go. And I went to the jail. I couldn't get in because they were on lockdown. But just getting up and going there was a win. And this is an important message for everyone. In my darkest moment, I was just hours removed from almost ending my life. I still believed that I could go help someone else. So if you're feeling like things aren't going well for you, go help somebody. Do something for someone else. It'll make your heart at least feel a little something, and you'll start to feel alive again. That's what happened for me.
Yeah. And that boy that has that alive definitely helped. Now, part of the reason why we're here today, because I'm ready to see Mary, is Mary has seen you, but you've never seen or met Mary. I mean, you all have corresponded through emails and chats and stuff like that, but explain why it hasn't gone both ways.
It's unexplainable, because for some reason, when we first started corresponding, I said to her that I didn't want to know what she looked like until we met in person. And over the past 5 years, this woman who I don't really know in terms of a person, I know her now because of our correspondence. This is a mother who lost her son, but yet she loved me back to life.
And you
I'll forever be grateful for that.
And I have to say that you love mothers, because you're the primary caretaker for your mother, who has been on the brink off and on for years. And yet you stand so positive for her, that there is a very special bond that you have with mothers.
And my mom has had some injuries recently, and she's not the way that she used to be. So, and having Mary in my life has been like having another mother, because my mom can't have the conversations that we've had, and they've been priceless. So thank you.
God
Mary.
bless you. God bless you.
Is it time for the reveal?
Sure, I'm ready.
Oh.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm already a
Oh.
mess.
Mary, hit that video button down at the bottom. Her name has come up. Hey, Mary, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
So good seeing you.
It's absolutely
Oh.
wonderful to see you.
Oh,
Thank
Sly.
you for
Sly.
everything. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. There's a good probability that without all of the support that you've provided me over the years, that I wouldn't be here. You encouraged me. You supported me. I had conversations with you that I seldom had with anyone. And just know that even though you couldn't save your son, you still saved me. And our lives will never be the same because of it. And I've done so much work because you supported me. Just know that.
Oh, it's just so hard for me to believe that. And I just, because I think we saved each other, to be honest with you. I think we saved each other. And I thank you, my friend, because you have no idea how you've opened my little heart up. Just thank you. Thank you for everything.
That people's lives come together for a reason. And the reason why we're even sitting here now having this discussion is because I look at you, and during these very turbulent times in our country, and realizing, and I've always believed this, that people can learn to love each other as they are and be there to help each other as they are. And you too prove this without any doubt. Never would you have thought that you're walking proof of pulling people back from the brink, but also reaching out to help each other heal.
Absolutely. I mean, this was a takeaway from day one, because when your soul touches another soul, that's everything else melts away, Maggie. Everything.
Yep. I'm a firm believer in that.
And the other thing is that we always think that there's nobody out there that's willing to stop their life to help you. She stopped her life because I wrote something that connected with her, that allowed us to connect. And so for anyone who's out there that thinks that there's nobody out there that can help you, there's always someone somewhere out there that's willing to help. And Mary is an excellent example of that.
Mary, you said that you had in the past suffered from depression too.
Yes.
So how over the years has, especially these past 5 years, has Stacy also helped you, say, get control or maintain your good health? Because that's also extremely important.
Mm-hmm. He's always right here. He's always right there with me. And you know, like we were talking about before, with if you know, if it's not an exceptionally great day, then I go back to him and his wonderfully wise words, and just drink that in, and what he has done is almost superhuman. And the fact that he can pull it all together and communicate that out is
It's a
pretty
gift.
amazing.
Right.
Pretty
It's a
amazing.
gift.
Yes. So, good days and bad days, he's right here on my shoulder. And, leading by example, I'm
One
just
foot
so,
in the
so
other.
thankful for him. I never thought in a million years that a Huffington Post writer would get back to little old me, never in a million years. And it's sparked and reinforced spirituality and like we were talking about before, hope.
Yeah. Stacy?
Maggie, I'm not one to be for a loss for words.
Yep. Okay.
But it is all about hope. And in doing this, and in this way, I'm hoping that our story, our shared story, because Maggie, you're a part of it too. Because
Absolutely.
you opened the door for me to tell my story. And then that allowed me to tell my story even further. And it allowed us to connect. And from that, I've connected with other people who've had similar stories. And to take all the lessons that I've learned and to have crafted a university course that helps others to do the same. It's all part of our shared journeys, because it's not about us as individuals, it's about us as humans. It's about humanity.
Yes.
And how people can come together in the toughest of times and circumstances and situations to uplift and inspire each other. One of the things I wanted to make sure that I mentioned before, and I was thinking before this, I was going to share a little bit of an update that I'm going to do for my book, Turning Darkness into Light, Inspiring Lessons After a Near Suicide. And with Mary's permission, I wanted to add another chapter to talk about our relationship. And what I basically did was I pulled some of the emails from the two of us. But one of the things, and I don't know if you have it, Mary, in front of you.
I don't.
Oh, okay. So if you don't mind, I'd like to read just a little bit of what you wrote, the little poem that you have for Brian.
Yes.
And you said, to Brian, we brought you lovingly into the world almost 27 years to the day of your death. We wanted to ensure that you were taken care of properly and lovingly sent back to the Creator. We prayed for you and your peace. We took care of your estate and legal matters. We cleaned your apartment and had the space blessed. Your service was absolutely beautiful. It was filled with love from a large community that was devastated by your absence. Your service was on your birthday. We were never angry or ashamed. It didn't matter why you chose the path, really. Sometimes things are just as it is, without explanation or justification. The need to know melted away, as it wouldn't change the outcome or bring you back. We experienced signs that you are still with us, which is comforting. Because of your choice, our family made a conscious decision to do the work to heal and move forward in a positive direction, both together and separately. You were the sole catalyst for the change that needed to happen. We miss you desperately, but we're thankful for the gifts and miracles that were left in the wake and that continue to come to us. I will always love you, my son, Mom.
Oh, Mary, that is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And
Really is. And then I just want to add one other thing, because there's some more information that's in this chapter. But one of the things that I want to make sure that I say now that I have an opportunity. Now that I have an opportunity to do it face to face. To Mrs. Hanson, sadly, you lost your son, yet you selfishly and continuously helped me helped to love me back to life, for your unrelenting love for others and for this man, along with so many more intangibles. I thank you with everything I am. If it wasn't for your unwavering support, then I might not be alive today. Also, I wouldn't have had an opportunity to positively impact countless lives. From my entire soul and with blessings from beyond, I'm incredibly blessed to have another friend, supporter, and mother. Thank you, Mom. Love, your other son.
Oh, Sly, my God.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and bless you. I don't even know what to say.
You don't have to say anything else. You've already given me everything I've needed and more.
Well, the
only thing, actually, there's one more thing that I would really like to have, but I can't have right now because of COVID, is I would love to be doing this face-to-face and to give you an enormous hug. But
Absolutely.
One day, God willing,
yes.
Once this is all over with, I can't wait to see you, but also to meet the rest of your family as well, because they've been a part. We've had some other conversations, so they've been a part of that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. My daughter was so excited. And they're here with the grandkids are here. And the little boy looks exactly like Brian. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the other thing that was interesting in all of this is that I knew what you look like. I knew what Brian looked like. And to have a relationship with someone for years that you have no idea what they look like, but it just goes to show you don't need to know. It doesn't matter what the person looks like. Love is love is love. And you loved me.
Yes.
And I loved you.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Right here in the soul.
I am feeling so much better. I've been waiting for this for so long. And, this isn't the last time we're going to see each other because now we can do video now that this thing
I know.
is done. But, my soul is so much lighter. It didn't seem like it all throughout this.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, I feel so much lighter. So thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Maggie, thank you.
Oh, it's truly my pleasure. You two are the definition of love. What it is supposed to be like in this world. And because of people like you continuing to give to not only each other, but also to other people who may need that uplifting spirit, that's what you two are about. And now you know another reason why the two of you are here and also are together. It's a very positive example of love.
And I am like feeling it through every part of my being right now. And,
me too.
So I can't give you a hug, but I'll go home, go back to my mom and I'll give her an extra special hug.
Yes, please do. Oh my gosh, Sly. Oh my goodness.
I'm just glad that we could be there for each other.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Just the beginning.
Of another chapter.
Of another chapter.
Yes.
Of another chapter. That's what it's all about. The journey is what we make it. And you all have been kind of going around to get to this point, and now it's on even more together. Because you're journey together.
And the other thing that I would just add is it empowers me to do more. Because what I didn't know early on, and I probably could have figured it out a little bit, but I didn't know the challenges that she was having also. And it's just absolutely wonderful. And I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay. All right. Mary, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I know it feels really good to love, and it feels really good to have hope, and it just gives your being a sense of lightness that we were just talking about. And for that, which is a miracle in itself, I'm so thankful for our conversation that we're having right now.
And I just
God
remember
bless
something
you both.
else. I just remember something else, because when you got on Facebook, you said you weren't going to put your face there, and we've never connected on Facebook. I will be sending you an invite now.
Okay.
Even though I know you
all
read my
right.
stuff, but now we can officially connect.
Okay, that sounds like a plan, because I can't even comment on you. So.
Exactly.
Like,
so
okay.
now
Okay.
we can.
All righty.
The door is wide open.
Awesome.
You're going to bust through. That's for sure.
That's so awesome.
It is.
Well,
Thank
listen,
you, Maggie.
God's blessings to both of you. You know, I'm going to add you to my prayer list, Mary.
Thank you so much.
I believe in the power of prayer.
Absolutely.
And love. And I
Yes.
think that with you two out there spreading it, it's just going to continue to be a beautiful world. No doubt.
Oh, that's such a lovely sentiment. So lovely.
Sly, I'm going to let you have the last word.
All I can say is thank you to both of you, because my new additional mom, Mary, and Maggie, you've been family for years, and you've blessed me with so much. To give me an opportunity to be on a national radio syndicated program when I didn't have experience, and to open that door so that I could kick it open and do things that I never imagined were possible, including this. Thank both of you, because you both are and will always be my family that I love.
Oh,
Thank you.
it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Thank you so much. And please know that I feel the same way.
I know.
Absolutely.
All right, Maggie.
Well, hey, Mary Hanson, SL Sly Young. It's so good seeing both of you. Continued blessings. And as I used to always say at the end of my show, continue to seek peace and spread lots of love. That's what we're here to do. God bless you both.
Thank you.
You too.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon, Mary.
Okay. Bye, guys.
We'll get invite coming.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Love
All
you
right.
too, Maggie.
Bye-bye.
Same here.
That was really nice.
Sly,
Yeah.
I'm out.
All right.
I love
Love you.
you. Bye-bye.